Oh, Will Hayburn, thank you so much for being with us. We just took a look at your earnings, right? We've had some great numbers out of the company. In fact, I saw fourth quarter revenue growth, 144% year over year. How about short distances, which is what the people I know do most, up 261% year over year. Things are going in the right direction, it seems, right?
Yes, thanks for having me on, Nicole. We're
healthy, and you have hospital jet charters for med mobility, organ transport, and jet revenues that increase there. I think you're definitely in the right place at the right time as people maybe, right, you tell me, more worried about COVID and Omicron and such, and maybe looking to fly a little more privately.
Yes, so the Med Mobility division is.
Hey, we have this business that's doing very well. Let's help in this way. It feels like that moment, Trask Radio, you know, when Working Girl, when she puts it together and you see an area where it's much needed and you see the growth, and that will continue to happen. You also have acquired Helijet, so that you mentioned the helicopters as being part of it as well. I also know that you're trying to get more and more space for airports and places to operate. So tell us a little bit about some of the growth plans going forward. Be bursting with excitement for the years ahead and how you can make Blade better and better every year. Because, I mean, as much as you're thinking it, it takes time to put things into place and have the execution happen. At this point now, I'm sure, like many companies, you're having to deal with coronavirus, you're having to deal with staff labor issues or wage issues or supply chain, even maybe some of the products and things that go into the planes. So it feels like a near-term bump for many companies, but in the long term, you must be feeling just super excited about the prospects. By the way, I also wanted to know, the Blade boats that I saw at Sunset Beach, were those really Blade boats? Or are those imposters?
That's a partnership we have on the market.
Yes.
Move around.
You saved us at Sunset Beach, I'm telling you.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I hope you'll come back on in the new year and give us some updates, because I'm sure you are swamped now during the holidays with everybody just trying to get onto Blade and get to all their beautiful places. Nice to see you. Congratulations on a great quarter.
Really great to see you too. Thanks so much for having me on. All
right, chat in the new year. Thank you. Will Hayburn, CFO of Blade Urban Air Mobility. RA, thank you so much for being on with us today. So I know you have buy ratings on Lucid and Ford being the more traditional player. As you look at 2022, you're holding on to both of those buys, right? You're not changing any calls on those, right? Why?
That's correct. You know what?
Continue to move higher. So you've been right on point with these calls. With Ford, I saw also that they are stopping to take orders. At this point now, because they have such a backlog of so many orders. Fantastic for the company, but they have to play a little bit of catch up there. And as far as Lucid, you just mentioned car of the year, which makes me think for 2022, truck of the year, car of the year, where do you think the features will be?
Yeah, so with Lucid, we think, you know, since they received that
Ford's F-Series, and with the excitement and the orders that are backing up here for Ford, it's interesting that you brought up the Rivian story. Now, something that was in your notes is that Rivian will face some chip challenges because of the multiple types of production that they do. I think you were saying 3 different types, but you still have a higher price point for your price target.
That's right. So Rivian has the R1T, and then they're just...
So this leaves me wondering, For all those Tesla folks that are now shaking in their shoes when you, a pro, come on and say, Lucid is just the better electric vehicle. And you just said it just like that. Elon Musk has been selling a lot of shares. You know, we went from 1,200 to less than 900. So are you implying that people maybe could take some Tesla gains and shares and sell some of those and buy Rivian or Lucid? Would you get out of Tesla?
Recommendation is a hold on Tesla right now. It's